Hello everyone and welcome to Harv's World for another episode of Ravensberg. That's right, it's a bright late spring morning, just the fifth day of spring. We're going to be ending spring here very soon. But yes, our wheat is in, our barley is in, and that is good news for us. Very good news for us, because we can get Frau B's chickens. One step closer to the dairy she desperately wants, for whatever reason she wants it. But when the wheat comes in, the barley comes in, and not only that, we have got carrots ready to go too, which is going to be a very long process. Very long process indeed. But that's neither here nor there, because frankly, it's what we've been working for quite some time now. Now, I do have a lot of helper action going on here today. I've got a helper driving the combine. I've got a helper following the combine with the loading wagon. That's okay. That's quite all right. Helpers are a good thing, because it means I'm not going to have to go and pick up all that straw after harvesting the field. That's going to be a very good thing. And B, I don't have to go around and pick up all that straw after harvesting the field. What's more important, though, is that the chickens are coming. They should be here by the end of spring. And that makes me a happy man, because that makes Frau B a happy woman. That's really the priority here. And who knows? Who knows what could happen before this is all said and done. I do have to empty the loading wagon occasionally, which means occasionally a row gets missed. But that's okay. I'm not worried about that at all. Picking up one row is a much better prospect than going back and having to pick up the whole field again. I need to find a place for Frau B's chickens, and that might require using a part of one of these fields. So that's the trick there. So I'm not going to get in too big of a hurry. I'm not going to get in too big of a hurry to at least replant this field. The carrot field I don't care so much about. I can replant that, but I know the chickens are going to be up here somewhere. I just don't know quite where yet, and I might end up using a little bit of field space. Now, as far as the milk goes, I've got just under 50,000 liters. I've already loaded some in the tank, but our milk prices are not doing so hot this morning, although they are on the rise. So again, I'm in a situation I need to keep an eye on that and sell at the optimal time, because we're going to be spending money today. A lot of money today, if I'm thinking correctly. And so getting an extra milk sale in could be extremely helpful. And I can see my little loading wagon here needs to be unloaded. So let me go take care of that right quick. Yeah, so this is the second load of straw that I've pulled off that field. 68. This will be 68,000 liters of straw that I've stored up. And again, we'll be using some of this when I transition into total mixed ration, and I think I actually have that sorted out. Thanks to some user suggestions, or some subscriber suggestions, I think I have the TMR solution. It's a suggestion somebody mentioned a while ago. I hadn't really had an opportunity to test it much, and somebody else reminded me of it, and I was testing with, or I came back and started testing with that, and so it should sort us out fairly well in the TMR department. Well, that takes care of the wheat. Phase 1 of chickens complete. Just about 30,000 liters. I hope that will last us well. We'll find out, because I think what I'm going to do is start with about 100 chickens. That's my goal anyway. 100 chickens. I'm not sure how long this feed is going to last. If worst comes to worst, I may be able to pick up chicken feed. Again, chickens aren't going to be our primary money makers. It's going to be our cattle, as we have seen, and they are doing an extremely nice job of it. But that doesn't mean I want our chickens to leech all of our money away either by having to buy feeds. So I'm going to try to keep as much as possible in the silo at any given time. And at this point, we are working barley, and my little loading wagon needs another empty. Well, everybody's finishing up just about the same time. That is handy as heck. My helper running manure has just finished the second job that I've put them on. And we are just finishing up this big field of wheat and barley. I don't know how much barley we have yet because I still need to empty the combine. But I can tell you, we have got a metric ton of straw. I mean, I'm talking a lot of straw, well over 200,000 liters of straw off this field, which we needed. We very much needed. I'm just going to get the last of this put away, then I'm going to empty the combine, see how much barley we have. It's already 3 o'clock, but I don't care because I want those carrots in. And the carrots are going to be a big challenge, so I want to get them started ASAP. Because, well, they're going to take, I mean, it's a small field, but I still feel like it's going to take a goodly amount of time to get those taken care of. In fact, no, I better move them out of the way. Now, one thing that I have, I don't know that I've been necessarily annoyed with, but that it's kind of a hassle to run around and drive to buy fuel. And so one thing that I've been wanting to do, and I haven't accomplished this yet, but I'm going to do it right now. And I think it's under here. Yep, there it is. I wanted to put a fuel tank in at the farm, and I think right here by the workshop is the best place to do it. I think right back around there. Bob's your uncle. Now we can fuel up right at our farm, and I am going to fix the cobblestone because that's what I do. That was only 6,000 euros to place, and now I can just pull my tractors over here and get them filled up with fuel the way it should be, right on the farm. Outstanding, absolutely outstanding. Now I don't have to drive halfway across town. Although I am going to leave this right here because it needs cleaned up in a big way. Hey, so I evened out that field pretty well for just eyeballing it. 28,000 liters of barley. It was 29,000 liters of wheat, so that was pretty darn close. Pretty darn close indeed. Now it's time to think about carrots. Man, time is just racing by, but I don't care. I need to keep working today, and honestly, the carrots are all we need. And while that's emptying, we're going to look. We've got 2 contracts completed, another 25,000 euros. Collect on those 2 bad boys, and think about tomorrow. Well, think about think about carrots. Pretty sure we can find something that will take care of carrots. And there we go right there, a pull behind carrot harvester that holds a whopping 10,000 liters. Thank goodness. And that's no cheap prospect. That's going to be 8 grand just to lease the thing, but lease it we shall because we have to have it. There's no getting around it. Lucky for us, it only requires 110 horsepower to operate, so you know what that means? That means I can get the Massey on it instead of the Fendt. Heck, I could get the I could get the Unimog on it if I really wanted to. But this is going to be our carrot harvester. The problem is it's got a very small tank on it. A very small tank. We'll get that bad boy unfolded. Get him into our carrot field. wonder, will a standard helper run this for me? Yes, yes it will. That's going to be a big help. Being able to put a helper on this is a big, big help. Because then I can just run chaser bin on him. And that's going to be impotent. The reason it's important is that 10,000 liter tank on this little guy is not going to last very long. It's going to fill up very quickly. Very quickly. And I can see I'm not going to be able to run side by side because the helper thinks somebody's blocking their path. I'm too close to him. So I'm going to have to hit him at the end of every row. That's going to be a little bit frustrating. But what else can I do? Nothing. I shut down carrot harvesting operations for the night. It's taking a long, long time. I mean, you know how small that field is, but I'm still less than halfway done, and that's after, gosh, what, 5 hours of harvesting? So I might have to come up with another plan tomorrow because I don't want to be harvesting carrots the whole day. I've got other fish to fry. Many other fish to fry. Things that need to get done, and I can't just continually harvest carrots. So I think I've got a plan. It's going to cost money, of course, which, means getting a milk sale in today because the prices did stabilize. And there's 60,000 liters of milk going for 80,000 euros. Thank God for our cows. They took a lot of work, but they are really, really starting to pay their own freight at this point. Just the way it should be. Finally, after all that time, let's take out a few more signs to finish off the day. And I'm going to call it a night, and we'll look back into getting more carrots out of the ground tomorrow. So you remember I said the Unimog would pull this thing. Well, I just picked up a second one because it's going to take another couple of days, at least, if I don't. So I've got 2 helpers running my carrot harvesters at this point. I'm going to be running the Fent, unloading them as needed, and doing other chores as well while they're harvesting, which you can see is taking a ridiculously long amount of time. But hey, we're getting the job done. That's all that matters. And we should have chickens by the end of the day. Well, while my 2 helpers are plugging along, getting those carrots out of the field, and I'm just waiting to unload them, we might as well get busy. Chickens. We want chickens. I know the pen that I want to put. It's this open chicken coop right here. It's a nice, big, fat, lovely thing. I can put it right there. But I'm not going to. I want to keep my animals at least fairly close together. And I do want to watch the price on this because it's supposed to be 75,000. Yes, 75,000. I don't want the price much above that. And you see how I said it was going to take up part of this field? Well, I think that's exactly the case because I want to make sure that it's not crowding the cattle pasture too much. At the same time, I still want room to get through. So that's not bad. About right there. Yep, that's where we're going with it. Let's go take a look. So, nice big chicken coop over here. Got some little hutches for them to hide out in. Now it did push into this field just a little bit. Nothing too dramatic. We're going to lose some, but nothing that's going to kill us. And I'll probably just turn some more of this into grass just to even it out, but that won't be bad. Our egg collection is going to be right here. This should be our feed tip in over here. No, this will be our feed tip in over here. Interesting, very interesting. Now there are some boxes sitting here. This is just to show you where your eggs are going to come out, and then they should come right into these pallets, which is a very nice feature actually. Very nice, and that'll be handy for moving eggs around. No problem. So that is our brand spanking new chicken coop. It's not too close to the cattle pasture that I can't get over here, pull through if I need to. Hopefully the chickens will stay out of whatever's in this field. In fact, I'm not getting any pop-ups, so why don't I, for starters, do a little bit of landscaping, because it did kind of bulge this up a little bit, so I want to smooth that out. Just a smidge. About like so. But on the whole, I think the placement turned out fairly well. And then, yeah, we're just going to throw regular grass in here. Knock out some of our field, but still, it's okay. Just about right down that line like so. Then I can just knock that out. There we go. Perfect. Now I still have a nice rectangular field. Plenty of room for the chickens. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And I better go empty some harvesters. Yep, the Unimog is full. Now with two of them working, it's not quite so bad. We're actually making some headway on this. But just the one wasn't really going to cut it. We still have 228,000 euros to buy chickens with. And we are definitely ready to buy chickens. Now the thing with chickens that I need to figure out is, when you're playing seasons, not in the base game, but in seasons, roosters matter. And the reason roosters matter is, well, if you want to make baby chickens, you have to have roosters in seasons. So it's 1 rooster for every 8 chickens. But if your chickens are pregnant, they will not lay eggs. So you're giving up some productivity for procreation. So I said I was going to start with about 100 chickens. I do want them to be able to do their own, to be able to create more chickens, but I want chickens laying eggs at the same time, so I don't want a rooster for every chicken I buy. That's out of the question. Cannot happen. Wouldn't be prudent. Come on, let's get you emptied out, brother. So I'm thinking if 1 rooster will take care of 8 chickens, maybe 25% of the chickens should be making baby chickens, and the rest will be producing eggs. So that means 4, at the most 5 roosters. Probably 4. 8 times 4 is 32. So that's going to be about 30%, 32% to be exact. 32%. So that's not bad. And then we'll have 68% laying eggs. And then, of course, as more chickens come, we'll still have the 32 baby makers. Well, my helpers are still harvesting carrots. Well, we're going to hop in here and start looking at our chickens now. I thought about the possibility of picking up these chickens, delivering them myself, but that would just be added expense, because delivery in seasons for chickens doesn't cost anything. If I move a chicken, and these are not exactly expensive chickens, but they are the best egg layers. So we are going to get 100 of these white leghorns, and I'm just going to start moving them over right now at 6 €6 a pop. That's only going to be 600 euros. That's not bad. Do I do 600 or do I do 100 or I go 200 at that point? Let's start with 100. I can pick up another 100 later if I really, really want to. I've got room in here for 400. So there's 100 chickens, and then I said I wanted 4 roosters. 761 euros. Now, the pen was the most expensive part of this, but there we go. 100 chickens, and now if we look at our animal menu, we will see our chicken coop. They need wheat, they need sugar beets or carrots, and they need soybeans, corn, or barley. So we need to give them 3 different food groups. That might mean 3 more trailers, although we'll see. But I do have the carrots ready for them, so they've got at least some of their food. And now I need to get barley over here. I need to get some wheat over here. We will give these chickens time to start operating. Very nice indeed. Okay, there we go. We have got plenty of chicken food. Everybody's happy. Our chickens should be, well, they're not fertile yet because it's going to take them a little bit of time, although I can see that chickens mature at a very much faster rate than cattle do. That's a good thing. So we should have some layers coming up here pretty soon, but we're already producing eggs. They've already knocked out 3 liters of eggs. So our chickens are doing their jobs already with only 100. That is outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Just what we needed to finish off for Frau B. Although we do still need a sale point, a place to a little shop that people can come to, so we'll be setting that up as well. I need to sort out exactly what I want to do about that. I mean, I guess they can go to the front office of the main dairy building over there, but that would be a little bit silly. Look at this. Both of my harvesters are ready to be unloaded. Oh, can I really sneak right in between them? Is it going to be that easy? Probably not, but we're going to give it the old college try. Oh yeah, look at that. Outstanding. That was pure luck of the draw, by the way. I did not arrange that in any way, shape, or form. They are starting to get awfully close together, though, so I might have to release one of these guys and just have a second one. But look at this. It's already well into the second day of spring, and I mean, it's 2:30 in the afternoon already, and these guys are still harvesting carrots. Imagine if I was trying to do that with just one. This would have taken 4 bloody days. So carrots are nothing to sneeze at, by the way. Nothing to sneeze at whatsoever. I mean, they take a lot to get out of the ground. That's why I planted a small field. And I'm going to have well over 100,000 liters of carrots, so I will never have to plant carrots again. Of this you can be sure. Never have to plant carrots again. Because, I mean, my chickens here, they're taking 4,700 liters of food per year. So between the barley, the wheat, and the carrots I've got now, that should feed them up for a good long time. And thank goodness for small favors, the carrots are done. And it's 5 o'clock. I mean, even with 2 harvesters running and not even a full field, it took a full bloody day. We have, yes, we will not be doing carrots ever again. Never, ever, ever. At least not in Ravensberg, because we've got all the chicken feed we could possibly ever want. For the love of God, we have all of the chicken feed we could ever want. Thank goodness. Get these things returned. Somehow. Go to our garage. And yep, return. Return. Now, collecting those carrots did cost us about 20,000 euros. Between the 2 harvesters. So the chicken coop was the most expensive part, and the carrots were the next most expensive part. The first thing I want to do, or the last thing I want to do for the day, is this. I'm going to get rid of my bunker silos. Sell. Yes. Talked about this earlier, and I wanted to get to it and just show you a couple of things. Now, the first one that was mentioned a while back was this T800 fermenting silo. It is one of my favorites. I do like this one a lot. However, it does not work and play well with Ravensberg. When I try to place it, I get there are too many objects of this type. Please sell some first. Well, I tried that. I tried going around the map, different farms, whatever, getting rid of some things. I couldn't get it to place. So the T800 is a no-go. So where am I going to turn? Well, I'm going to turn to Global Company. Global Company has a fermenting silo. It's 110,000 euros, and we can produce silage with this thing. Now, I don't have anything to fill it with just at the moment, but I'm going to go ahead and get that expense paid off right now. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to make sure it's aligned, and I'm going to push it all the way out here just to give it plenty of room. And who knows, there might be something else. Well, there is something else that I want to place at some point. So I'm going to push this all the way back in the corner here, about like so. Bob's your uncle. 110,000 euros later, and we've got a fermenting silo. So all I have to do is tip grass or chaff in here, which would mean, you know, chopping corn or otherwise, and then it's going to kick out or process silage over time, and then I can pick it up right here. So silage production in place, ready to go, good to go. I'll probably paint up some more of the landscape around here, make it look a little bit neater. But after paying myself 16,000 for the income that we made over the last 2 days, getting carrots harvested, chickens are now in place, thank goodness. Frau B can get off my back about that one. I think that's going to do it for this episode of Ravensberg. As always, I very much appreciate you coming along for the ride. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. And until next time, take care.